Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. Preeti Sharda from Graduate Government College for Girls, Sector 42, Chandigarh. I am working as librarian there. I welcome you all in today's webinar on learning about plagiarism and guidelines for using information. This is the second webinar on the theme research methodology. Let me throw some insight about today's webinar. Today, we will discuss about plagiarism. It is important to know what plagiarism is and what form it takes in academics. It is also important to know how plagiarism happens. The final step is to develop effective academic skills. Many students who plagiarize do so unintentionally, often because they don't have the academic skills to avoid over reliance on the work of others or because they aren't sure what constitutes plagiarism. So it's important to take every opportunity to develop your academic skills. Secondly, we are going to talk about search strategy for searching scholarly information from the vast ocean of information lying on the internet. The internet contains an unbelievable amount of information, which is really not all that useful unless you can find what you are looking for. After all, it's not the volume of information that's so powerful. It's that somewhere within that enormous haystack is a needle you are looking for. Effective search strategy help us to find that needle. I would like to add here that library of PGDCG 42 is ready to help you all in finding the related information pertaining to your research and checking the plagiarism through the Urkun software. Let me take this opportunity to introduce Professor Nisha Agarwal, Principal of the college. Madam is former Principal of Government College of Commerce and Business Administration, Chandigarh. She has a competent experience of handling college administration and financial duties as HOD of Commerce at colleges like PGGCG 11 and PGGCG 42 of Chandigarh. She has an excellent teaching experience of about 35 years and has the ability to train teachers to do their best. She is an expert in preparing effective curriculum and managing the student relations. Professor Agarwal has co-authored a number of books on subjects like financial markets and institutions, financial services, etc. She has published many research papers in refereed journals and presented papers in many national and international conferences. She possesses excellent communication skills and interpersonal skills. Now, I would like to request Professor Nisha Agarwal for the formal welcome of our guests and participants. Over to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. The Postgraduate Government College for Girls, Sector 42, Chandigarh, welcomes everyone to National Webinar on learning about plagiarism and guidelines for using information. I also welcome Dr. Manish Kumar Bajpayee and Dr. Neeraj Kumar Singh to PGGCG 42, who will be conducting today's training sessions. Plagiarism is to steal and use up the merits of someone else's creative and intellect. It is the worst form of cheating and brings disrepute to not just the one who plagiarizes, but also institutional shame and discredit. For faculty teaching in academia, plagiarism is a common concern. With the ever increasing availability of electronic information, many worry that it is becoming a greater problem than ever before. Not all works are plagiarized with malified intent. It could also be a case of lack of awareness and understanding of contextual use and citation requirements. Now, this is where seniors, guides, departments, libraries, and initiatives need to and must play a proactive role. While we foster an environment to inspire and ignite young minds, we must also educate them of the pitfalls in the path to glory. To manage the problem, instructors often seek ways to detect plagiarism in the work of their students, turning to librarians, detection software, and the literature for advice. I hope that today's webinar enables students to avoid plagiarism and guide them to what resources are available to them. So, without any further delay, I would request to begin with the today's session.
Over to you, Pooja.
Good morning, everyone. Respected Principal Ma'am, resource persons, colleagues, and dear friends. I hope our series of webinars will provide you with the much essential information and motivation required towards your into writing of your dissertations as part of your curriculum in semester 3. I would like to give you a briefing on your dissertation paper today so that you are all geared up to organize your ideas and start working towards writing your synopsis. Students, paper 13 in our semester 3 involves dissertation work, as you all are aware of by now. Every student is supposed to submit a dissertation in about 6,000 words on a topic of her choice before the end of semester 4 study and before your exams commence. There shall not be any formal teaching of the paper. However, as suggested by the university, departments are supposed to conduct either workshops or webinars in order to train the students about the basics of research and dissertation writing. These webinar series, which we are conducting, are in tune with these requirements. The dissertation is to be submitted to the department after a proper anti-plagiarism check and certification in which your librarian ma'am, Dr. Preeti Sharda, would be guiding you through. Your dissertation would be evaluated internally in the grades of A for outstanding, B for very good, C for average, and D below average. Those who are awarded D have to resubmit revised dissertations to qualify for the final degree of MA. Your grades would also be reflected in the final detailed DMCs issued by the university. All dissertations have to be submitted in the hard and soft copies to the department for safekeeping and record purpose before your exams commence. We will be fixing up dates for that internally, and you will be informed beforehand. As far as the initial spade work is concerned, you all will be provided a list of topics by next week to begin with, which we teachers teaching MA have already discussed. All of you have to give two options of your choice in order of your priority, and can also give one option of your own in case you have any specific area of interest or you have already pre-chosen your topic. We will then be assigning you your respective guides, professors, who will be there to check your work and guide you through. Writing of your synopsis of around 1,000 words stating your choice of topic, its scope, area of research, etc., should be done by the end of December 2020 in consultation and approval of your guides. For now, I hope this information would suffice so far as your initiation into the process is concerned. You will be guided through the same from time to time. Now, getting back to our webinar, over to you, Shakti.
Thank you, Dr. Pooja. I'm sure the students would be geared up to write. The basic expectation in every class is that whenever you have to write in your own words, generated from your own understanding and evaluating of the topic. When you substitute someone else's understanding or expression for your own, you avoid using your own expressive ability. Plagiarism defeats the purpose of writing assignment. The concept of plagiarism at the moment may seem vague and complicated, but what exactly is plagiarism? It can be confusing and overwhelming topic. To learn more about plagiarism, let me take the opportunity to introduce my first guest speaker, Dr. Manish Kumar Bajpai. He's a founding member of Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia National Law University, Lucknow, and has to credit developed state-of-the-art ultra-modern library of the university, recipient of the Best Librarian Award 2018, assistant program in charge, IGNOU. His research papers have been published in various national and international journals and books, chapters, and also edited 4 edited books. Over to you, sir. Welcome to the webinar.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for the kind introduction. First of all, I would like to congratulate to PGG CG 42 Chandigarh College for organizing such a useful webinar on research methods and research methodology. And I also would like to congratulate Dr. Nishaji, principal of the college, who is supporting such activities in a very positive note. Actually, this is a very useful program for the students. And also, I would like to thank all my colleagues present here, Shakti ji, Pooja ji, and Preeti ji, and Neeraj ji. So, plagiarism is definitely a topic which has to be less discussed and maybe more to be more to be emphasized on the side of awareness. Actually, why plagiarism is happening in the colleges or in the universities or in the academic field, because due to the lack of awareness about the fact how to handle plagiarism issues. So in that way, I would like again congratulate to your entire team, because you are conducting such programs for your students, which we saw during this pandemic period. We are missing that, because for the professionals I have seen many programs have been organized, but for the students, I think this is a great effort from your side.
Are you sharing your PPT, sir?
I want to share my screen actually. I think now you will be able to see. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can see your screen.
Okay, so now the topic of the day is learning about plagiarism and guidance about using information. I think the second part will be taken by Dr. Neeraj. The first part I would like to deal with plagiarism. Why plagiarism is happening? Plagiarism is simply a case of using another's work without acknowledging him. If you are using another's work or idea or creativity and not acknowledging him properly, it is not suffice that acknowledgement. The proper acknowledgement is required, that is referencing or citing the work of another's. If you are using it, if you are not doing so, then it means you are plagiarizing the content. So let's see, first we start with the research. Plagiarism is directly connected with the research. It may be at any level. It may be an information research, or it may be a research to prepare any assignment or any article writing or thesis or dissertation or anything. So research is a systematic, formal, rigorous, and precise process employed to gain solutions to problems or to discover and interpret new facts and relations. So here the point is systematic, formal, rigorous, and precise process. If you fail to qualify any of these terms of research, definitely you are moving towards plagiarism. Let's see, it's a you know, some topics and issues are moving around the plagiarism. If honesty is there, then there will be no plagiarism. If you are ethical, if you are responsible, if you are transparent, if you are respecting others' views, and if you are following ethical practice, if you are not cheating, if you are accurate to the data, in that way, if you are using a fair practice of research and academics, it means you are not going towards the plagiarism. But if you are failing to such issues, it means you are moving towards the plagiarism. Now, if you see, the plagiarism is taken from, this word is taken from the Latin word that is plagiarism, and that meaning is kidnapper. You must be aware about the fact that kidnapping term is used for the kids are below 16 years older guys to steal them or to kept in some misappropriation, that is kidnapping. So kidnapping is a more heinous crime than anything else. So in academia, if you are doing the stealing task of another's idea or creativity, it means you are plagiarizing the content or idea of another. Now you see this screen. The first screen, if you see that somebody is stealing the idea of another and running away, and one person is there and he is having design, philosophy, idea, and everything, whatever the academics and creativity of any others, they are just stealing and running away. And here you see one person is copying something and pasting somewhere, and assignment is done. What is happening in the colleges and the in middle education or the early education? You see the practice that in the school level, if something is given to prepare assignment, the student is approached to their parents, and the parents are just downloading from the internet and just copying and pasting and creating and handing over to their teachers. So that is the actually start of plagiarism. And here in this screen, you can see the teacher is asking that Perkins, you have made it or you have copied from Google. Because to steal a content and to use that content is a normal practice in Indian scenario. हम अगर देखें कि स्कूल लेवल से ही एक स्टूडेंट ये करना शुरू करता है, उसे कितना असाइनमेंट मिलता है, he never take care of it because his only concern is that how to write it. Because simply they used to use the internet and download the content and just create it and make it their own. So ये एक प्रॉब्लम है जो एक हैबिट में है. सो ये केवल जा सकती है तो केवल हमें अवेयर करके, हमें इस तरह के, जिस तरह से आपने ये शुरू किया है, ऐसे हमें स्कूल लेवल पे भी बच्चों को ट्रेन करना है. बिकॉज फ्रॉम स्कूल लेवल स्टूडेंट यूज टू कम टू द कॉलेज लेवल और यूनिवर्सिटी लेवल. So in their habit, in their practice, we have to take care of it. Now, in a simple word, if we see what is the plagiarism, so plagiarism is copy or cut, paste without proper referencing or acknowledgement. Referencing or acknowledgement is not sufficient if it is not proper. Proper in the sense I will discuss later. So what is the plagiarism? If we see a definition, that plagiarism is the act of presenting the work of another as your own. If you use the work of someone else and either knowingly or unknowingly claim it as your own creation, you are committing an act of plagiarism. So be careful. It does not matter whether you know or not, knowing that you have copied somewhere else data, but if you have done it, it means you have plagiarized the content. Why it is happening actually? Why plagiarism is happening? Plagiarism is happening because how it will happen if you copy word for word copying from another's work. Suppose somebody has written a paragraph, you have simply copied exactly and used it in your paper or in your work and without acknowledging. At the same time, paraphrasing. Sometimes somebody will suggest you that you can paraphrase. But if you are paraphrasing means you are changing the word's meaning and meaning means the spelling. You are changing the spelling of the paragraph, but the content is same. So in that way, that is called the paraphrasing, and or you can say the reshaping of the paragraph is also called the paraphrasing. That is also a kind of plagiarism. Failing to properly cite your source. Sometimes you are not citing the proper source. Means suppose you have taken you have written some article, and in some part of that article you have used 4 lines from any article, but what you have done, you just simply written the name of the article, but you have not mentioning the author, you are not mentioning the publisher, you are not mentioning the name of the journal, you are not mentioning the page number exactly. It means you are not citing it properly, attributing information to a source from which it did not come. Sometimes it also happens. Sometimes what is happening, you have written a paper, yeah, you have written something, and you did one thing, you just taken some of the bibliography or from the internet source or any other, and you just paste it. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है, आप क्या करते हैं कि आप सपोज आप आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस पे एक पेपर लिख रहे हैं, आपने पेपर लिख लिया है, अभी आपको रेफरेंस देना है, आपने क्या किया, इंटरनेट से आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस पे जो भी रेफरेंसेस हैं, कुछ रेफरेंसेस लिए या कुछ बिब्लियोग्राफी लिया और उसको पेस्ट कर लिया और बता दिया कि ये से रिलेटेड है, बट दैट इज नॉट अ फेयर प्रैक्टिस एंड दैट इज ऑल्सो comes under the ambit of plagiarism. Submitting a work created by another under your name. It is also, somebody has written your paper, but what you did, you just omit her name or his name and mention your name. That is a plagiarism. Submitting a work created by yourself and others, but claiming the work entirely as your own. कभी कभी क्या होता है कि आप को ऑथरशिप में काम करते हैं और जब पेपर पूरा तैयार हो जाता है या कंटेंट पूरा तैयार हो जाता है और उसके बाद में जब उसको पब्लिकेशंस के लिए भेजते हैं, तो आप क्या करते हैं कि अपने कलीग का नाम या जिस को ऑथरशिप में आप काम कर रहे हैं उस को ऑथर का नाम हटा देते हैं और आप अपना नाम भेज देते हैं. तो दिस इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड अ प्लेजरिज्म. So why people do it? Time constraint. Sometimes your teacher has given to submit your assignment by 10th of October or 10th of November, and you are failing to achieve that time slot. So what you did, किसी भी तरह से करके भेज दो. कभी कभी लेजीनेस होता है कि आप उतने सीरियस नहीं है. Lack of fundamental research skills is one of the major reason also. आपको पता नहीं है कि किस तरह से रिसर्च करना है, किस तरह से हमें लिटरेचर रिव्यू लिखना है, किस तरह से साइट करना है, किस तरह से रेफरेंस करना है. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो अ प्रॉब्लम. दिस इज ऑल्सो अ ग्रेट प्रॉब्लम. lack of confidence. Lack of confidence is one of the reason. Just a minute. So lack of knowledge of research methods is one of the reasons. Because sometimes you are doing an empirical research, but you do not know, or a researcher do not know whether we have to apply empirical research method or historical research method or descriptive research method. So this is again a great problem. Lack of confidence. Sometimes a student does not know how to use a research methodology or research skills. They even do not know what is the bibliography or what is the references, what are the reference resources. So in that case also a great problem. So that actually gives them a lack of the confidence. So the teaching community and the librarians community can resolve this issue. Ignorance and carelessness about the project. समटाइम्स टीचर ने कुछ प्रोजेक्ट दिया है पर स्टूडेंट सोचता है कि अभी बना लेंगे, अभी कर लेंगे, और वो इग्नोरेंस रहता है और डेडलाइन आती है, उसे सबमिट करना होता है. So that could be one of the reasons. Pressures from peer group, supervisors and society. पीयर ग्रुप का प्रेशर डेफिनेटली, अगर आपका कोई कलीग है वो पेपर आपके पीयर रिव्यूड जर्नल में उसके पब्लिश होते जा रहे हैं या कहीं भी वो पब्लिकेशंस हो रहा है, एक आपके ऊपर भी प्रेशर आता है कि देखो ये इतनी बुक्स लिख चुके हैं या इतना जर्नल्स में आर्टिकल पब्लिश कर चुके हैं, मुझे भी करना चाहिए. तो वो एक रीजन हो सकता है. आप अपना डिसर्टेशन कर रहे हैं और आपके जो सुपरवाइजर हैं उनका भी प्रेशर होता है कि आप जल्दी से करके दें या टाइमलाइन है उस टाइमलाइन को अचीव करें. उन दैट केस भी आप प्लेजरिज्म की प्रैक्टिस को फॉलो करते हैं. बिकॉज अगर प्लेजरिज्म फ्री प्रैक्टिस पे जाना है तो इट टेक्स टाइम, इट टेक्स एफर्ट. तो अगर आप टाइम और एफर्ट को मिस करना चाहते हैं तो डेफिनेटली यू आर गोइंग टुवर्ड्स टू द एक्ट ऑफ प्लेजरिज्म. So if we see the types of the plagiarism, so we can broadly distribute in 4 segments, like direct plagiarism, word by word. I already I think discussed. Word by word plagiarism is a direct plagiarism. Sometimes you simply taken one paragraph or one page or 3 page or entire document without changing a single word here to there. That is called the direct plagiarism. Self-plagiarism is actually UGC is also notified it in April 20th April 2020 about this own previously published work without adequate citation and proper acknowledgement. It is also called text recycling. अब सेल्फ प्लेजरिज्म में अपने ही वर्क को, एक वर्क है जो आपका पब्लिश हो चुका है, उस पब्लिश वर्क के कंटेंट को अगर आप बिना साइटेशन के, बिना रेफरेंस के अपने नेक्स्ट प्रोजेक्ट में या नेक्स्ट असाइनमेंट पे या नेक्स्ट पेपर में या नेक्स्ट बुक में कहीं भी आप क्रिएटिविटी में आप उसको यूज करते हैं, दैट इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड सेल्फ प्लेजरिज्म. उसका रीजन ये है कि आप एक बार कोई चीज क्रिएट कर चुके हैं, उसका क्लेम आप दोबारा नहीं कर सकते हैं. अगर दोबारा आप कहेंगे कि हमने फिर से इसको क्रिएट किया, तो यू कैन नॉट रिक्रिएट अ सेम कंटेंट अगेन एंड अगेन. सो इन दैट वे यू हैव टू cite or give a proper acknowledgement of your earlier work. Otherwise, it will call as a self-plagiarism. The third one is the mosaic plagiarism, phrases without quotation marks. कोई फ्रेज है, सपोज हम कह दें कि जय जवान जय किसान या तुम मुझे खून दो मैं तुम्हें आजादी दूंगा. तो ये एक फ्रेज है जो किसी ने कहा है, तो उसके लिए आपको डबल इन्वर्टेड कॉमा के अंदर इसको लाना होगा. अगर आप इसको नहीं लाते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड द मोज़ेक प्लेजरिज्म. देन द फोर्थ वन इज द एक्सीडेंटल प्लेजरिज्म. एक्सीडेंटल प्लेजरिज्म is paraphrasing or proxy references. Already I told about it, because if you are using some paragraph of another's work and you are just paraphrasing it in your words, suppose you are changing that paragraph in your words, but you are stealing the idea of that content. So that is also called the accidental plagiarism. And proxy references, I already told you, you have written a paper and you have downloaded from somewhere else some reference and using it. That is also called the proxy references. So that is also called the accidental plagiarism. If we see the if you see the plagiarism spectrum, so if you go left to right, then using a source too closely when paraphrasing, copying work from a source without a citation, reusing work have done for an earlier assignment, working with other students to complete an individual task, buying, stealing or borrowing others' work, paying someone to do your work. अब क्या होता है, बहुत सारी बार क्या होता है कि आप हायर कर लेते हैं, आपको अपना थीसिस लिखना है, आपको अपना डिसर्टेशन लिखाना है, मार्केट में ऐसे बहुत सारे लोग हैं, उनको आप कुछ पैसा पे करते हैं और कहते हैं कि आप इस पे हमारा थीसिस लिख दीजिए। मैं टाइपिंग की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, टाइप सेट इज अ डिफरेंट, आप कंटेंट क्रिएट कराते हैं, उनसे कंटेंट लिखवाते हैं, उस वो सारा ये प्लेजरिज्म में आता है। बाइंग, स्टीलिंग और बोरोइंग अदर्स वर्क, ऑलरेडी अगर आप किसी का काम है उसको आप पैसा पे करते हैं, दोनों एक ही बात है। Reusing work you have done for an earlier assignment, working with other students to complete an individual task. आपने क्या किया कि एक प्रोजेक्ट दिया, 10 स्टूडेंट को एक प्रोजेक्ट आप दे देते हैं, सेम टॉपिक पे देते हैं, उसके बाद में उन्हीं सोर्स में या उसी प्रोजेक्ट से आप निकाल के अपना एक प्रोजेक्ट तैयार करते हैं, या एक स्टूडेंट को एक प्रोजेक्ट देते हैं, इंटेंशनली देते हैं कि आप इस पे काम कीजिए, एंड देन यू यूज दैट असाइनमेंट फॉर योर रिसर्च राइटिंग और समथिंग एल्स, दैट इज आल्सो कॉल्ड plagiarism. और paraphrasing or किसी सोर्स को without referring that source is also called the paraphrase. But क्या होता है कि जब आप left to right की तरफ जाएंगे, it means you are deliberately doing that. If you comes right to left, it means it's a matter of the poor practice. Now, see, this is the spectrum of is it plagiarism. So, using your own words, if you see, if you go right, using your own ideas, yes, it's good. Okay. Then if we go downwards, using quotes and our block quotes, and if you are saying no, then it is plagiarism. If you are using your own idea, okay, but using full citation, you are saying no, you are not using full citation. In that way, also it is a plagiarism. But if you are using a full citation, it means it is good, it is not plagiarized. If you are using a quoted or block quotes and references, citation, then it is good and it is not a plagiarism. So if you are not, even you are using your own idea, but you are not citing, it means it is plagiarized. If you are using your own words, but using quotes, then it is also a plagiarism. Sometimes to get rid of the similarity index or to reduce the similarity index, some of the students and the researcher is doing that. They have written something there in own word, but they have used a double inverted quote earlier and after the start and finish of the text, and to exclude from the similarity index. That practice is also called the plagiarism. So how we can deal with the anti-plagiarism tools? So how we can deal with the plagiarism? So to deal with the plagiarism, we have a technology also. So we have so many anti-plagiarism software tools actually, but the name I don't like it, anti-plagiarism, because everyone is the similarity checker software. Turnitin, iAuthenticate, and Urkun, and many other softwares also there. And Drillbit is one of the software which is dealing with the Hindi language and other languages. So Urkun, I think already your college has subscribed, and UGC is also providing it. So there is a difference between a plagiarism and a similarity index report. Similarity index report means the data which is exactly available on other resources is called the similarity. If your similarity is 40%, suppose your similarity is 40%, it does not mean that your content is plagiarized. Maybe your similarity index, if all the similarity or all the similarity content is properly cited or given references. If your similarity is just 1%, but it is not referred or cited well, it means it has the plagiarism of 1%. So how much plagiarism is accepted? Plagiarism is accepted 0%, but the similarity could be accepted 10%, 20%, 40%, 60%, whatsoever the policy of your college. But as far as the UGC regulation, after these exclusions, all quoted work reproduced with all necessary permission under attribution, references, bibliography, content of the table of the content, preface and acknowledgement, all generic terms, laws, standards, symbols, and standard equation. We must exclude them. If we exclude these one, and then if similarity is less than 10%, then it means your content is fair. But at the same time, what should be original in a paper, in a dissertation, in a thesis, or any content, that is abstract, summary, hypothesis, observations, results, conclusions, and recommendations shall have not any similarities. It is as per the UGC guidelines for curbing the plagiarism in 2018. It should exclude a common knowledge or coincidental terms up to 14 consecutive words, like your college name, our university name, Punjabi university name, library name, anything, which are the term of the common knowledge that also been not that should not be considered while you are measuring any similarity of any of the paper. So after exclusion of these all standard, if your similarity of your dissertation, a paper or thesis is less than 10%, it means you have no problem. But if you have more than above 10% to 40%, definitely you will be asked to revise it within a 6 months. And if it is going up to 40 to 60%, then you will be debarred. And for 1 year, if your similarity of your dissertation, thesis, and anything in a research paper is more than 60%, means under level 3, then it will be the registration of the student for that program may be cancelled. So this is the same for the PhD students also, for the PG student also. If up to 10%, then okay. If more than 10 to 40%, then maybe asked to withdraw the manuscript. If it is more than 40 to 60%, then withdraw a manuscript and deny a right to one annual increment, and to be allowed to be, shall not be allowed to be a supervisor of this kind of, for the faculty in the institution. For the students, these are the considerations to be taken care of as per UGC promotion of academic integrity and prevention of plagiarism in higher educational institutions, regulations 2018. But again, there is always been a confusion between a plagiarism and a copyright. Plagiarism, you see, the plagiarism is an offense against the author, not against the publisher. But copyright and offense against a copyright holder. I give you one example in between. Suppose there is an edited book. In an edited book, there is a chapter which is written by, in an edited book, there is a 10 chapter by 10 authors. Some you have copied a particular X author's paper and used in your content. It means if you copied and pasted it, it means you, without acknowledging him, it means it is a misuse of the moral rights of the author. It means you have plagiarized the content. But at the same time, if you have copied that article, particular article, and distributed to everyone by photocopy or some other method, it means you have offense against the copyright holder of that particular book and which may be the publisher. So it is an idea-centric approach. In plagiarism, it is an idea-centric approach. If you have copied someone else's idea, then it is. But copyright is purely a licensing centric approach. How many copies he can sell, how much part of a book can be copied or used or reproduced. So, in my opinion, plagiarism is a moral actually obligation, but copyright is a legal obligation. If you plagiarize something, it will be dealt with the Indian Copyright Act 1957 as amended in 2012. So these are this is one of the figure where you see the original will stood high and he can see with the open eyes to everyone, but somebody is make a content which is similar to the original. It is means half one eye can see the word but one eye can't. It is actually saying that your entire work is not original. You have copied from somewhere, but you have acknowledged. But the plagiarism is means the somebody is knowing nothing, is blindly copying and pasting without acknowledging, and that is called the plagiarism. So it is very clear from this one. So in my opinion, the plagiarism is less legal and more ethical. So we must be very ethically correct. Your students has to, if they are downloading some content from any internet source, they must take care of it. Which type of the content they are downloading, from which source they have to mention every time, and how to cite. They must understand it and they must learn it, because proper referencing and proper citation or acknowledging someone else's work is very, very important. Paraphrasing is one of the area which is a myth that if you can change. Somebody will ask you, somebody will also say you, अपने अपने वर्ड्स में लिख दो इसको. ठीक है, अपने वर्ड्स में आप लिख सकते हैं, बट यू कैनॉट स्टील द आइडिया ऑफ दैट कंटेंट. सपोज एक पैराग्राफ आपने लिया है और उसको आप अपने वर्ड्स में लिखना चाहते हैं. इट मीन्स कि आपने अगर अपने वर्ड्स में लिखना और अपने उसमें से एक आइडिया इवॉल्व करना, तो अगर आप उस कंटेंट को अपने शब्दों में भी लिख रहे हैं, अपने वर्ड्स में भी उसको एक्सप्रेस करना चाहते हैं उस पैराग्राफ को, तो उसको जरूर रेफरेंस देना चाहिए. अगर आप नहीं दे रहे हैं, इट मींस इट इज अ केस ऑफ प्लेजरिज्म. सो प्लेजरिज्म इज नथिंग बट इट्स कॉपी एंड पेस्ट ऑफ अ content or a creativity from somewhere else, and without acknowledging, without referencing them. So we have to train our students. Please use the fair practice and ethical practice of research writing. So this is from my side. If there is any query, then definitely I will try to respond.
Thank you so much, sir, for throwing insight as to how to avoid plagiarism and its pitfalls, the anti-plagiarism tools, the exclusions, the pointers, the legal and the ethical pointers. I'm sure all these would help the students to write their dissertation. Um, in the age of information overload and technology advancement, learning how to effectively search for information and knowing what to do with the information is a crucial skill to master. Applying proper search strategies will not only help you to find best information, but also save your time. As you search and scan articles and abstracts, you may discover different key terms to enhance your search strategy. To achieve good strategy results, it is necessary to use search strategies. To make it easier for you to apply best practices in it, let me introduce to you our second guest speaker of the day, Dr. Neeraj Kumar Singh. He's presently working as a deputy librarian in A.C. Joshi Library, Punjab University, Chandigarh. He has more than 30 research papers in the international, national peer reviewed journals and conferences and seminars. He's honored by the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Arun Grover, PU on Teachers' Day celebrations 2013, decorated with prestigious Best Service Award in 2009. Welcome, sir, and it's over to you now.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So thank you very much, ma'am, for introducing me to the participants, and a very good afternoon to all of you. And before I will start my today's presentation on effective search strategy, I wanted to thank Dr. Preeti Sharda for again inviting me and giving me this opportunity to deliver today's talk on how we can search information effectively on the web. And my sincere thanks to Professor Nisha Agrawal, ma'am, who is the principal of Post Government College for Girls, Sector 42. So, before I will start my today's presentation, one more thing I wanted to share with all the participants is that during this lockdown period, the library professionals, they are playing very proactive role, right? And they are organizing various events like webinar, invited talk, seminars, and the objective is to make our users aware about the resources, making them aware about the various skills they require for their teaching and learning process, and for research scholars also, like today's webinar where speakers are invited to deliver their talk on research related issues. And there are very few library science professionals who are very much active and they are conducting such type of event. And I'm feeling very proud to say to all of you that Preeti Sharda, Dr. Preeti Sharda, who is a librarian of your college, is one of the few library science professionals who are very much active in conducting such type of events. And let me tell you one more thing, that organizing an event, it requires lot of energy, lot of time, lot of efforts. So I can see even your college faculty and everyone, we can see like how much active she is in terms of not only conducting the such type of webinars or invited talk. She's also running a series on book reading, I think, on every Friday. So you can see like how much she is active and how much she is contributing in terms of making you aware about the various things related to your teaching and learning. So my congratulations to you, Dr. Preeti Sarda. And
Thank you. Thank
then,
you so much. Thanks for the kind words.
okay, so now let me start my today's presentation. Just to give me 1 second before I can share my screen with you. Just a second. Okay. Visible, ma'am?
Very much visible.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Perfectly
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Okay, so today I'm going to deliver a talk on how we can search information effectively over the web. I think before my session, Madam was telling to all of you that nowadays there's information is available everywhere. Like gone are the days where the library is the only source of information, where the student or the teacher, they go to the library, they sit there and they try to find the information which are available on the printed format now. But in today's scenario, you can also see how powerful is this internet, and due to this internet, it's very easy to find information, right? So now information is everywhere, and this internet has given you a medium, a platform which gives instant access to the information which you are looking for, right? So but there are lots of things which are also associated with searching of information, like whenever you search anything on Google or any search engines, so there's always a high recall value means if you are searching something on Google, you will find hits in the lakhs or in the thousands, but out of the 1000 hits, out of the 1 lakh hits, how much information is relevant for you. That is called the precision. So what is happening with this internet and with the concept of search engine is we are receiving a high recall value, but the precision is very low. So that is why there is a time, there is a need to teach our student as well as the research scholar that how they can find, how they can search the information effectively over the internet. So I will talk about what is basically a search strategy, what is the concept of search engine, how basically search engines they work, and what are the other search engines available other than Google, which will gives you very specific information. And then I will also give you some tips on how you can use Google or Google Scholar in terms of retrieving the efficient information for your teaching and research purpose, right? So this is all I'm going to speak in my 30 or 40 minutes lecture. Now let's start with sharing you some of the data which I have just downloaded from the internet before giving my presentation to all of you. So now you can just imagine how much information we are producing within a 1 minute. Now, earlier there's a concept of 1.0. 1.0, what it says where the information producers are mainly publishers, they are institutions, they are organizations, and from users' point of view, they are only the receiver of the information. Now, with the emergence of Web 2.0, especially with the social media, you can see now there's a role reversal. Now, the users, the readers, they are now acting as a information producer rather than gainer of the information. So, due to this concept of Web 2.0, you can see how much information we are uploading over the internet within a 1 minute. And let me give you some of the data when we talk about the email. So you can also see like within a minute we are sending and receiving 294 billion messages, email messages, just imagine. And there are 0.83 million Facebook posts in a minute. Google performs search over 4 million within a minute, and there are huge numbers of Instagram posts we are uploading in a minute. I think the users or the people, they are tweeting like 350 million tweet within a minute. And then WordPress, which is a well known provider or platform where you can create your own blog, it is hosting 78 million blog every minute. So, and yeah, talking about the WhatsApp, I think it is one of the most popular social media tools which nowadays we are having. And through WhatsApp, we are downloading or uploading the messages on WhatsApp server, and it is around 54 million. And these all data we are uploading over the internet within a minute. So now what is happening, there is an enormous amount of information is now available on the internet, and there is a no central institutions that organizes the information. Like in the internet, everyone has a freedom. If I wanted to create a website, if I wanted to create a blog, if I wanted to put something on Facebook, there is a no regulating body which can stop me doing such type of activity. So everyone is fair, everyone is free to upload anything over the internet, right? And there are countless way of publishing new content to the internet, and millions of pages are added every year. Now, that is why what is happening is searching and finding the information is a challenging and frustrating task. And the last sentence is very much important. And why it is very much important, you can just imagine how much data we are generating, we are producing, we are downloading, we are uploading over the internet within a minute. And now that is why we are living in the era of information explosion, where information is everywhere, right? And the amount of available data expanding, it's very difficult for any technological service provider to manage such type of voluminous data. That is why we are talking about the big data. And what is big data? Big data means the data is big in terms of its storage, the data is big in terms of its velocity, data is big in terms of its volumes. So that is why it is very much, difficult job for the companies, for the providers which are dealing with the information to manage such type of voluminous data. And that is why we are living in the era which is known as information explosion, which is known as information overload. And the state of mind of information explosion where you are just confused. For example, if your teacher has given you some assignment and if you wanted to use internet in terms of making your assignment, what you are doing, you are simply going to Google, you are finding the information, but after finding the information you just got lost. You are so much confused that which information is relevant for me, which information, which website, which document I should include while writing my assignment, which information I have to just left out. So this state of mind where you are confused in terms of making judgment related to information is called as information explosion era, right? And how we are handling the information explosion? So basically there are two systems. First is biological system, and the librarians, they are expert. So libraries, they are expertise, librarians, they have expertise in terms of managing huge amount of data which is published in the form of books. Now, with the emergence of IT, we are also managing the data which is available in the digital form, right? For example, all the e-resources we are also managing. So, libraries and the librarians, they are managing the information. And the second category, which we can say is a technological system. So now technology is so much advanced, technology is so much capable that they are also managing the huge amount of data which are producing within a minute over the internet. And the third category, which also falls under the category of technological system, is called online databases. Now earlier, the publishing or the publishers, what they are doing, they are publishing their research finding in terms of printed materials like journals, books. Now, with the emergence of this technological concept, they are also using this technology in terms of providing their information in the form of online journals and online books. So, you can say that these are the three broad categories, or these are the three systems which are only capable in terms of managing the information, right? So, talking about the search engine, right? Again, there are two type of search engine. One is your library search engine, and the second is your open search engine. So library search engine basically gives you the data, the information related to your library. For example, if you are looking for some book, and if you want to use that particular book, in that case the technology will help you in the form of web where the catalog is now converted in the form of online catalog. So it is very easy for you, just open the online web of your library, enter the title, author, and then the system will immediately tell you whether that book is available in your library or not. Similarly, if you are looking for some scholarly article which is published in journals or books, you can always use this online databases subscribed by the library. So here they will give you the information which is published in such type of medium. So there's a concept of library search engine which basically gives you information which is available in your library, which is subscribed by your library. Now, the second type of technological system, which we all know, is known as open search engine. Open means they are open to everyone, they are free to access, right? And anybody can access anything using such type of search engine. So, basically, when it comes to defining a search engine, it says a web search engine is a software system that is designed to search for information on the World Wide Web, right? So the information may be mix of web pages, images, or other type of files. So if you are searching anything on Google, it is not only that you are getting the information in the textual format. if you wanted to view, if you wanted to listen some audio material, if you wanted to listen some videos, so there are different platforms are available. Like you can see the teacher delivering a talk on any particular topic, and for this you can use this YouTube platform. So through the concept of search engine, you are getting the information in different file formats, in different types of formats, right? Okay, now again, there is a difference between a search engine and the meta search engine. And one more thing which I always share with the student is why we need a search engine to find any information. Let me give you one example. For example, if any student is interested to know about the admission process of post government college sector 42, so here you have a very specific query that I wanted to know about what are the admission process, what are the seats available in different courses. And for this, I think if you know the URL of your college website, in this case, I don't think that there is any need to search the same information on Google. You can directly go to the college website, and all the authentic information is available on your college library website. So here you have a very specific query, and you also know the source from where you can get the information. So in this case, the source is the URL of your college website. But now the situation is you wanted to know about the admission process of MA psychology in the colleges all over the India. Now it is very difficult for anyone to remember all the URLs of the thousands of colleges which are running MA psychology courses, right? Where the student they can go each and every college website. They can, there's a need to remember the URL of each and every college website where you can find such type of information. So in this case, what you can do is you can take the help of any search engine. And in this scenario, the search engine will give you the information which is related to your query, and which is available in different college websites. So here what you have to do is you just open the Google or any search engine, type the query MA psychology admission in Indian colleges, something like that, and you will get the list of the results from where you can get such type of information. So why we use search engine? Because it's very difficult for human being to remember each and every URL of the website, right? And sometimes we also know the exact source from where we can get the information. So in this scenario, generally we take the help of search engine, but again there is a limitation with search engine. Now when we talk about the search engine, 95% of the users, their first choice will be Google. And if you're searching something on Google, and by chance you are not getting the right information, you are not getting the exact source which you wanted to search. In this case, if the same information is not available on Google, what we generally think, that if it is not available on Google, that means that information does not exist. But it is 100% wrong, because other than Google's there are many search engines. Like for example, Yahoo is there, Alta Vista is there, Ask Jeeves is there, MSN is there. There are many, and every search engines they have their own indexing criteria. So for example, if you are searching something which is not available on Google, you can apply the same search on Yahoo, and there is always possibility that you can get the information on Yahoo website. And if you are looking something on Yahoo, right, and if you're not able to get that information, try to search on Google, right? So always don't rely 100%, don't depend 100% on Google. You can always change your search engine just to get the right information. But again, there is a one problem is here. The problem is how to search, the same search query in different search engines. It's sometimes difficult because it's very time consuming. That first you will search on Google, then you will search on Yahoo, then you will search on any other search engine. So sometimes it's a wastage of time. So to overcome this problem, the concept of meta search engine was evolved. And from this slide you can see Like for example, this is your Google, this is your Yahoo, this is your MSN, and this is another search engine. And as I just mentioned, that every search engines, they have their own criteria for indexing their resources. So if you are aware about the concept of meta search engines, and these are some of the examples of very well known meta search engines like Dogpile, like Clusty, like Mama, like Visimo, these all are meta search engines. So if you are using any meta search engine, that means within a single query you are getting the result from Google, Yahoo, MSN, or any search engines, right? So through search engine, through meta search engines, we are managing the flood of information, so that these technological provider, they can help you in terms of providing the right information to the right user. Now, being a student, it is very much necessary to understand how basically these search engine basically works, right? And if you will understand the algorithm, if you will understand the concept of how Google basically give you a millions of hits within a second, and how it is possible, so if you will aware about the searching mechanism, then you can also know what are the limitations on searching information on Google or any other search engine also. Now let me explain you how basically this search happens whenever you are searching anything on Google or any search engines. For example, now let's take example of Google, because for us Google is the only search engine. But I always say never ever totally depend upon the Google, because there is one study which is conducted by some prestigious university, and I was just referring that study. And as per that study, it says that only 20% of the web information you are getting with Google. Now imagine where is that 80% information. And while only accessing the 20%, we are in the state of information explosion. Now just imagine if you are able to get the 100% information through any search engine, what will be the scenario, right? So there is a concept of dark web, there is a concept of deep web, where the information is hidden beyond Google, because the information is lies with the publishers, information is lying with the libraries. Now you will never find the access of your library books through Google, because Google has created their Google book platform, but that is specifically for some collections. But you can't access the books which is available on your library. But you never know with this changing scenario what will happen in the future. Now many libraries, they are tying up with the Google, where the Google is providing search facility, that the same search you can perform on Google, and the same search simultaneously you will do on your library subscribed databases. So in this way, many libraries, they are sharing their metadata with Google. So you can just imagine, like in the upcoming years, there is always chances that this 20% will increase to 40%, and in upcoming years this 40 will percent will goes on, and it will be a very challenging task for any student, for any user, to find the relevant information from any search engine. Okay, so just talk about how, just try to understand how this Google search engine basically works. So as I mentioned earlier, that there's a freedom for anyone to publish anything on Google. So as soon as you publish your information on internet, right? So Google has created their spiders. These are also known as crawlers. So what they do is, as soon as your information are available on the website, they crawler, they just index the significant keywords from your website. They copies the significant keyword, and then they store in the Google database. So whenever you are searching, whenever you are performing any search, for example, you are entering the stem cell, so your query will first go to the Google database, and with the algorithm designed by the Google developer, your query will match with the database which is created by Google, and it will immediately give you the links of the website where the information related to stem cell is available. And this whole process happens in a, in a minutes, on a, within a second, or sometime it's a one fourth part of a second. That for you is simply amazing, like how the search is happening. So Google is not a producer of any information, Google is just a facilitator. which gives you the list of sources depending upon your search query. So this is the algorithm about how Google basically works. Now, there's a concept of subject portals. Now, Google is basically a search engine. So, if you have a journal query, then in that case, you can always perform a Google search tools, or you can go to Google and search if your information is generic in nature. But with the help of technology, many library professionals, specifically in foreign university, they are developing the subject portals. For example, if you are a student of MA Psychology, then you will find a dedicated subject portal which will give you the information which is subscribed by your library in the area of psychology, and the open access information which is available on the public domain. So in this case, there is no need to go to any search engine, because that subject portal will be a single point access for fulfilling all your information requirement. And keeping in view the same thing, I have developed a chemistry portal in the year 2009. I joined this university in 2007, and at that time, Dr. V.K. Anand was the librarian, and he just told to me that, Neeraj, like, we have a very good staff strength in our library, and they are capable of managing all such type of library activity. So I want from you to do something innovative, do something creative for our user and the faculty member. And at that time, I visited different subject portals which is developed by different foreign university. And at that time, I have conducted an interview with the faculty member and the research scholar of the chemistry department. And at that time, I was surprised to know that many of the research scholar, even the faculty member, they are not much aware about the various scholarly informations which are available on the internet. So, keeping in view that scenario, I have designed and developed this chemistry portal. You can see that this design, the layout is very simple. And one thing I also wanted to accept in front of you, that due to my very hectic schedule, I'm not giving time for updating this website, because I had designed in 2009, and up to 2011-12 I was very much active in updating the website. But over the period of time, there are lots of involvement from my side to the university. So sometime I become totally exhausted to give some time to update this portal. But at that time, it was a very unique concept, and for this only I got the award from the vice chancellor. And one more thing, this portal was nominated by the PC Quest magazine in 2009 as one of the most innovative sort of things which is done by any library professional. So PC Quest magazine has given a full page coverage about the subject portal which I have created, right? So through this concept of subject portal, the users, they can always get a very scholarly information through the single platform. And I've also wanted to tell you that you go to the Google and try to search psychology subject portal. So you will find there are many library websites where they have created a similar kind of portal related to your psychology or English or sociology or public administration. So that portal will be, I think, the most authentic and the most valuable platform for all the students, because you will find all related information in your subject area at a single place. And in that case, there is no need to go Google or any search engine to find the information, right? So through subject portal also we are managing the information. And let me now discuss with you, other than Google, what are the search engines available? And let me tell you, these are a very few list of subject search engines. And if you wanted to conduct a study on what are the search engines available other than Google, you will find there are hundreds of search engines are available. But the problem is, we don't go beyond Google. For us, Google is the only information provider. But let me share you some of the example. For example, if we talk about the academic search engine, academic means where you can get all the information related to your academics, means all the scholarly information. Other than Google Scholar, there are many academic website which can give you information related to your for example, related to a subject area. Academic search is a search engine which is developed by Microsoft, and it is very much popular search engine for retrieving the scholarly information, just like Google Scholar. Similarly, there is a one website search engine, it's called Base. So if you are looking for some scholarly information, don't try to search on Google. Either go to Google Scholar or Base or academic search engine, right? For example, if you have a query which you want in the form of answer, for example, if you wanted to know, just giving you was very simple example, who is the Prime Minister of India, right? The same thing you put on Google. Now Google, they have developed their system. Now in the first website they will say that the Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister of India, but in the second third page you will also find there are many websites where Narendra Modi is given, where India is given, where Prime Minister is given. So if you are looking for information in the question answer form, just go to answers.com. I think this is the best website where you can get a ready-made answer of some of the journal questions, right? For example, if you are looking for some biographies, if you wanted to know about the biography of any famous personality, in that case, don't go to Google. Go to the specific website. It's called biographies.net. And it is basically designed to provide a biographical information, right? And blinks. Now, for us, YouTube is the only platform from where we can download the videos. Do you know that similar to YouTube, there's a platform, it's called Blinks, and it is also providing you the videos which you can download. Vimo is another search engine which will provide you information in terms of videos, right? And then if you are looking for some standard definitions, now what is definitions? Definition is something which is published in some reference sources. So if you are searching the stem cell definition on Google, again the Google will give you hundreds of website. Now it's totally up to you, just waste all your time and just go here and there just to collect the definition. And if you know about the website definitions, the name of the website is definition. And how you can go to this website, you simply go to Google and you just type definitions.com. It will take you to the homepage of this website where all the definitions which are published in any standard source you will find from this website, right? And in this slide only you can say that I have listed there are 30 or 40 websites, search engines, which are designed specifically for very specific information. Now there are many. For example, hashtags. Now hashtag is basically a search engine which will give you information which is available on Twitter, Facebook, or any social media site. Now, generally, we use these media platform in terms of giving publicity of ourselves. Like, for example, if I am delivering today's lecture, the next thing which will come in my mind is, you know, just upload the pictures of my lectures on Facebook or any other social media things. So generally, we are using the social media for making our own publicity or making, it's a not wrong thing if you are doing such type of publicity. Like for example, if you are organizing such type of event, and if you wanted to connect with lots of user, in that case you have to take the help of such platform where when you will upload this information, it will immediately reach to hundreds of your followers, right? But through hashtags, what you can do is, like for example, I am doing a research in the area of RFID. Now I wanted to know who are the persons who have tweeted related to application of RFID in libraries. In that case, you just open this hashtag website, type your search box, and you will find that the information which is related to a query which has been tweeted or blogged or uploaded by an academician on Facebook page or any social media page, that search engine will give you such type of information. So you can use the social media in terms of accessing your scholarly information, right? So there are many websites are available which is designed specifically. One last example I will give you. There is a one website or search engine is called Newseum. Newseum is a search engine which provide access of world's top 772 newspapers. So if you are a student of mass communication, where the only source or the authentic source for you to get the information in the newspaper which is published worldwide, in that case, I think if you are aware about this Newseum search engine, then you will get all the information related to your query which is published in the leading newspapers throughout the world, right? So there are many search engines which are specifically designed and which is basically helping research scholar in terms of accessing very scholarly information. अच्छा रख दो कोई बात, तो वहीं हो जाती है वैसे तो कोई बात नहीं, चलो ओके ओके ओके. Now then the question is, you can say that sir you have given the list of hundreds of search engine. Now the question is, which search engine I can use in searching which type of information. So the answer of your query is Google is always good, bad since it has the largest index. But Google is a very search specific journal search engine. Similarly, Yahoo is the second most popular keyword search engine. DuckDuckGo is generally seen as a major competitor outside the big three. So these are some of the main search engines which you can use. But again, there are many specific search engines are available as I just discussed with you, which you can use if you have some specific information, right? No, but if you are looking for some academic resources, these are some of the list which you can, or this is the links of some of the website which you can explore if you are looking for academic resources. Now, these are some of the image search engine which you can use if you are interested in searching the images related to your subject areas. Now, there are many video search engines are available other than YouTube, right? So, for spelling and words, there are many. Like for example, if you are looking for some quotes, the quotes is a very dedicated website from where you can search the famous quotes given by some famous personality, right? So these are some of the search engines like Google social search. Like as I just mentioned with you that Mashups is a social search engine. Similarly, you can also try this Google social search. It will collect the information which is available on social media platform, and sometimes these social media platforms they also provide very quality information through this Google social search. Do you know that Yandex, like in Russia, they don't go to search information on Google. Russia has created their own search engine which is known as Yandex. So all these Russian and Soviet Union countries, they are always preferring Yandex over the Google. So sometimes if you're not getting something from the search engine, you can always explore this Yandex website. Now, so remember, the internet is like a huge disorganized library. It will only be useful if you know what you are looking for and how to look for it, right? So it is good for precision searches using name, people, organization, but not good for browsing through a subject area. So as I mentioned earlier, internet is like a disorganized library. In a library, when you enter in a library, you will see that all the documents they are arranged in a systematic order, like they are arranged in a classified order. So it will be always very easy for you to search the book related to your subject area in a library. And if you find any difficulty, then there is a one person librarian is available which can always help you in terms of locating the information. What about the internet? Internet is disorganized library where there are lots millions of documents are available, but they are not organized, and there is no librarian who can help you in terms of searching the right information related to your query. So it is very good if you are looking for journal search, But if you are looking for some information related to your subject area, I think these search engines, specifically like Google, Yahoo, it is not a good source to search such type of information. And for academic, I have already told you that there are many websites are available, like Google Scholar. You can search Base, you can search Microsoft Academic, you can search Core. There are many open source websites are available, which is which provides information related to a specific subject area. Now, talking about the search strategy. So, up to this slide, this was my first part where I just wanted to tell you how difficult to get the information from the internet. And when we talk about the search engines, there are thousands of search engines are available. So, if you don't know about what is the right strategy to search information from your library database, from open search engine, from these search engine, then you will be, in a state of information explosion. So search strategy is basically a plan for conducting information search. So it's a search strategy includes a list of databases and indexes to search, a list of keywords and subject heading relevant to your topic, and knowledge of how to enter search into database or index, right? So it's basically a strategy to find effective information through internet. Now, developing effective search strategy. Now, let me try to explain you how you can develop effective search strategy by giving you a very simple example. For example, this is the topic on which your teacher has given you to prepare assignment, and the topic of your assignment is effect of pollution and global warming on the ice caps. So, if you will put the same topic as it is in any search engine, I think you will in so much trouble, because you will find many irrelevant information which you can access using any search engine. So what is the right strategy? The right strategy is, first thing is, try to identify the significant keywords from your topics. And you can see there are only three significant keywords from this topic, right? And what are these? And these are pollution, global warming, and ice caps, right? Now, what you can do is, first you try to identify the significant keywords from your topic and just try to write down all the synonyms related to these topics. For example, your teacher has given you assignment on use of CCTV on public surveillance. Now, if you will identify the CCTV as a keyword and you are not searching the closed circuit television, you will not get the right information. You will not get the complete information which is available on the internet. So, first thing is, try to identify the significant keyword, and next thing is, try to identify the significant synonyms for your search word, right? Now, how you can do is, just write down the concept 1, concept 2, and concept 3. So here you can write down the significant keywords here, then write down all the synonyms, and then again write down all the synonyms related to your significant word, right? So first is identifying the keywords, next thing is identifying the proper synonyms for your selected keywords. Now, the next step is using Boolean operators, and there are three Boolean operators. Sometimes it is also called connector, and these are and, or not, right? But how to use these operators? So, for example, if you are searching for information where you want that surveillance and social control, it will come from any website where these two keywords are there. In that case, you can connect with and. Like for example, if I will write stem cell and COVID-19. In that case, it will only give me the information where the stem cell and COVID-19 keyword are there. And in Google Scholar also, there is a field where you can select the title. Like if you're looking for article where stem cell and COVID-19 words will be there, in that case you can limit your search to title only, right? So When we wanted to narrow down our search, then we use and operator. And when we wanted to broaden our search, in that case, you can use or. Like for example, CCTV or closed circuit television or electronic surveillance. So in this case, within your single search, it will give all the information, whether it is related to CCTV, whether it is related to electronic surveillance, whether it is related to closed circuit television. So or is basically when we want to broaden our search, and is basically when we narrow down our search. And let me tell you one more thing, like if you are just writing the keyword, by default Google is using or operator, right? So Google will give you either information related to your first term or the second term or the third term. Now not is when you wanted to restrict your search, and where you wanted to exclude something from your search. For example, if you are searching something on apple fruit, and if you enter apple word, then the Google will give you information related to apple fruit as well as apple computer also. So to avoid this thing, what you can do is you can always put a minus mark in your search strategy. Right, for example, you can write apple, then put minus, write apple computer. So in this case it will exclude all the information which is related to apple computer, right? So not is when we wanted to exclude something from our search box. I will show you live when we will use this Google Scholar, right? So there are many more searching techniques are available, like phrase searching are there. Phrase searching means if you wanted to search a word, just on a lighter side, that you are searching for a movie on Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge. So if you are writing Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge on a Google, then Google will give you millions, thousands of website where Dilwale is there, where Dulhania is there, where Le Jayenge is there. But if you are putting this word in a phrase or in a quotation, that it will give you the information of the website where that complete phrase is there, right? So phrase searching, you where you are very specific about that particular phrase. Truncation search, where just for example, if you write politic and then just put star, in that case it will give all the information related to political, politically, politician, politician. That means you are truncating, you are cutting the word, right? So like for example, if you put lib and then star, then it will give you all the information related to the keywords where lib is there. Like for example, libraries, librarians, library professional, libraries, all such of information you will get. And this type of search generally we apply when we are not able to find, uh, a good number of results for your search. For example, if you're searching on something on a new topic and you are only finding 10 or 15 results, in that case you can truncate your keyword, you can, and then it will give you the information, just as I mentioned with this example politic. Field searching is there, like for example, you can field on a specific title, url, author. So these are limiting search. You can limit, like I want Google to give me information which is published before 2014, after 2014, but before 2019. So in that case you can put some limit to your search. Range searching is there, that is basically in the field of mathematics. Nested searching are there, like where, for example, if you want that I am looking for the information where the first word will be surveillance or the monitoring, and immediately after this word the crime prevention is there, right? So in that case you can use this nested search option. So nested search will give you the information where the exact sequence which you have given on the keyword, uh, it will give you in the result box. Okay, there are many open access repositories are available, right? E-resources in public domain. Like for example, sometime I see that a student, they say that, sir, I've used library databases, I've used search engine, and I've also accessed the open access scholarly resources, but I am not able to find the information on that particular area. That means you are not much aware about the various resources available. As I mentioned earlier, not all the publishers, not all the providers, not all the institutions, they are sharing their metadata with Google. So Google will only give you information where metadata is shared by the organizer or the publisher with the Google. But there are many agencies, there are many NGOs, they want user to directly go to their website rather than searching the information through Google, right? So if you are looking for some ebooks which are available in public domain, go with Project Gutenberg. There are many websites are available, and if you simply put open access ebooks on Google, it will give you a list of 100 of website from where you can download the free book, like pdfdrive.net. pdfdrive.net is one of the best website to download the complete ebook published by topmost publisher, right? So there is a story behind that platform. I'm not going to discuss in detail, but this is the simplest. If you are looking for some ebook, go to pdfdrive.net, and if the same book is not available there, then you can use some of these resources in terms of downloading the ebooks, right? There are many online journals are available, theses are available, plenty of open access resources are available, which I have tried to list in my this presentation. Like for example, if you're looking for e-journals in the field of chemistry, then there is a specific websites are there. Simply if you can search on Google open access resources on English, open access and English, you simply put this keyword or search string. The Google will provide you the list of website from where you can download the scholarly content, right? So these are some of the open access repositories which are available. Like if you are interested on PhD thesis or dissertation, in that case you can go to Shodh Ganga or Shodh Gangotri, right? And you are very lucky in the sense that you have a good librarian, Dr. Preeti Sharda, and she know much about what are the open access resources are available. So if you wanted to know much about these open access resources, you can also consult your library in that case, right? Otherwise, these are some of the website which you can refer. And one more thing, I think this EPG Patsala is very good website for the student, which is prepared by the topmost teacher, topmost professors from Indian University, and which you can download freely from this website, right? Recently I have to take class in the Kurukshetra University of BLIS student. So I got a call just 2 days before my class. So earlier, what I used to do, I just have to prepare my notes and then lots of time I have to devote. But I just go through this website. I have opened the notes related to my subject which I have to teach. I have just shared this uh, notes through this Google Meet link, and at the same time I can just discuss about the topics, discuss about the concept which is written in these course material, these lessons which is developed by topmost faculty and the faculty members from different university, right? So if you are doing MA English and you wanted to see what are the topics available in terms of course material, you can always visit this EPG Pathsala website, and downloading the content is absolutely free for the student, right? So you can register like this. Okay. So how much time, Dr. Preeti, I have still with me?
You can carry on, sir. I think students will be interested to listen you more. Am I audible?
Yes, 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 ma'am, you're audible.
You can carry on, sir. You can carry on.
Okay. Now let me give you some of the tips which you can apply while searching relevant information through Google. Okay. So instead of searching on Google, I always recommend the researcher or the student try to use this Google Scholar. And even in Google Scholar, there are lots of features are available which you can use just to retrieve the effective information or the relevant information related to your query. And for this, what you can do is you just click here, and then click on the advanced search. So here you will find there are different fields are there from where you can always restrict your search. For example, with all of the words. So it will function just like a simple Google search engine where you just enter the keyword. So for example, if I will enter stem cell just as a keyword and search from here, so it will give all the link of website or any other source where this stem cell word is there, and you can see from here that the keyword is highlighted in a bold. So you can see that this is a website which I can refer if I wanted to know more about the stem cell. So this is just like a simple search which you generally perform on Google Scholar. Now the next is with the exact phrase. For example, I just wanted to access the information related to use of RFID in libraries. I want Google to give me the list of only those websites where this complete phrase is there. Right? In that case, just enter here and just press search. So here you can see that now I'm able to get the list of the website where the complete phrase is there. You can see now this Google has automatically put the quotation mark because now he knew that I am searching for this particular phrase. And you can see now in this case, you will find all the information where the complete word use of RFID and libraries are there. Right. So this is about the phrase searching. And now again, searching about with at least one of the words. So this is basically for using your or operator. As I mentioned earlier, like for example, there are many synonyms for a single word. For example, I wanted to search the information using Google Scholar about electronic. Let's try some other. Like for example, uh, RFID, then radio frequency identification, and then auto recognition. Right. So now I'm telling Google that, Mr. Google, if you can give me information where either RFID is there or radio frequency is there, radio frequency identification is there, or auto recognition is there. Right. In that case, when you enter the search, so now here you can see that either it is giving RFID, radio frequency identification, even recognition. Why it is giving recognition? Because I have not put quotation mark on auto recognition. So when I put quotation mark auto recognition, then it will give me the website where auto recognition is there. So here you can see that in this website, there is no word related to RFID or radio frequency, but still it is giving me the result because recognition word is there. In this website, both words are there. Here, only recognition is there. Here, only RFID is there. Right? So, this you can use if you wanted to broaden your search, if you wanted to apply or operator here. Now, without the words, what does it mean? For example, just again click on this advanced search. For example, I'm searching something on IBM, but I don't want. Oh, for example, I'm searching for computers. I don't want information related to IBM computers. Right? So in this case, what you can do is you just put the simple keyword here and you just enter the keyword which you wanted to exclude from the search box, from the Google search. Just enter here. So now, nowhere. Oh, okay, it is taking the previous search. Let me again. IBM computer. Now, here Oh, okay. Actually, I have entered this thing also, na. So this I have to remove. Just enter. Now you can see Google Scholar is giving me list of web resources where computer is there, but nowhere you will find this IBM word, right? So similar type of search you can apply if you wanted to use this or operator. So here the this is for not operator and this is for or operator. So this is how you can tell Google. You have to tell Google what basically you are looking. If you are just simply telling that I am looking for computers, then it will give you a junk of information. Then you will be lost and you will be, frustrated that the thing which I am looking in the Google, I am not able to find it, because the reason is you are not telling the Google what you are basically exactly you are looking for. So through this advanced search, you can always tell Google, "Ki, Mr. Google, you only give me the information which I am looking for." Right. Similarly, if you are looking for some information which is written by some specific author, here you can enter the author. If you wanted to know, if you wanted to see the information which is published after 2017 but before 2020, you can apply the year range here also, right? If you know the publisher, you just enter the name of publisher. So instead of using the Google Scholar simple search, always open the advanced search option and then try to limit your search using these operator. And I have already explained you how you can develop your search strategy. And you are not, if you are still not much comfortable about using the and or not operator, in this case simply go to Google advanced search, use these option. Google will automatically take the or not operator when you enter the information here. Okay, so this is about searching the information using advanced search. Now, as I mentioned earlier, now many libraries they are providing search facility through Google, right? And I think this facility is not for you because in India there, I think there's no library who's contributing their content with the Google. But in foreign, there are many libraries which are providing access to their library content using Google, right? So in this set case, what you can do is you just go to settings and you just enter the library links, right? For this you have to log in. I have already logged in, right? For example, our word. If I type our word, then just search. When you search and thus save your search. Now let's see. Now for example, if I am searching on a stem cell, simple search on Google. So now Google is giving me two options, whether you wanted to search on Google Scholar or you wanted to search within your library subscribed resources. In that case, just click on Try Harvard Library, enter your login ID and password which is given by the Harvard Library, and then using this Google, you can search the collection which is subscribed by the Harvard University Library. But for college student, for you, it is not possible because you are not doing any course from the Harvard Library. And one more thing, like some of the content, Harvard University is already uploaded in open access category. So if you are lucky to get the open access content from Harvard Library, you can always explore this library, right? So in India, no library is doing. I've just started to exploring this option, but as per my preliminary study, it's a very technical thing, and I don't know whether the university authority will give permission to share your content with any such type of provider. But for foreign countries, now they are doing. But India still it will take time because very technical things are involved if you wanted to give this option to your student. Okay. Now again one more thing. For example, if you're looking for something on a stem cell, and this website you are finding very much useful for assignment. Now, as Dr. Manish in his presentation has clearly mentioned about what is the right way to avoid the plagiarism. And in a single line, I wanted to say you, to avoid a plagiarism, the golden rule is cite everything which you have consulted. Now, again, the thing is, sir, we don't know what is the citation. Again, it is always better to read in detail about what is citation, what are the different type of citation style is there. But if you are new to this concept, Google has a facility for you. And what is such facility? You click here, you just click here, and it is about the citation of this website. And if your university is telling you that I want that students should arrange all their citation in APA citation style, you just copy the reference from here and just paste on your assignment at the end of your assignment. If you're writing research paper, the Google will help you. If you're writing any project work, you have to give list of references which you have consulted. In that case, Google Scholar is giving you a provision where you can copy the citation according to different citation style, and you just and paste it on your assignment or project report like this, right? So custom range features are also there where you can enter the rate, you can enter the date specifically. And similarly, if you are looking for a specific file format, like for example, if you want Google to give you information related to stem cell which is available in PDF format only, so in this case what you can do is you just enter PDF, and you will find all the information where the PDF is available, where only the information will be available in the PDF format. You can see like all this PDF. So, for example, if you are looking for something related to images, you put after your keyword the format of images like JPG. If you are looking for article, if you are looking for some PowerPoint presentation on a stem cell, right? Rather than just going here and there, you just enter stem cell PPT, right? So all the PPTs related to a stem cell you will find from the Google website, right? So there are, you know, I think there are one lecture additional you will require about how to use various parameters, how to explore these features or the filters available in Google Scholar or any other search engine. But I think from your point of view, I think this is sufficient for you to know about how to do effective searching using uh, right search strategy and using any academic search engine just like Google. Okay, so that's all from my side. So thank you very much for listening to me. And if you have any query, if you wanted to ask anything from me, you are most welcome. So thank you very much for listening to me.
Good afternoon once again. Honorable speakers for the day, Dr. Manish Kumar Bajpai and Dr. Neeraj Kumar Singh, Principal Ma'am, Dr. Nisha Agarwal, our esteemed guests and dear students. I consider it a great privilege to present a vote of thanks on this literary amalgamation of ideas towards research, if I may call this event so. I consider it a baby step towards the facilitation of research in our college. First and foremost, I would like to thank Principal Ma'am, Dr. Nisha Agarwal, for not only granting us permission to organize these series of webinars, but also being the positive energy and push behind conducting such events and seminars from time to time. I also extend a special thanks to Dr. Bajpai for presenting valuable insights into what plagiarism is and how students can learn to avoid its pitfalls. This initiation of students towards the new journey of writing a dissertation, which would be their own creation, uh, is welcome, sir. And not to forget thanking Dr. Neeraj for his intellectual inputs on how and where to use which search engine in the most apt and correct fashion. Searching for the apt information is one of the prerogatives of any good research, which, sir, I feel you have very vividly explained, and it will be really useful for our students. I'm still hungry for more information, and I think, as you were suggesting, we'll be organizing another lecture the second series of lectures. We would love to invite you again. I feel that after all these informative lectures, our students, especially the postgraduate students, would benefit immensely in their present pursuits towards writing of dissertation as one of their papers in semester 3. As you all know, such events, or rather, I would call them literary research fests, require meticulous planning along with an efficient execution team behind the program. I would like to take this opportunity to mention the proactive role of Dr. Preeti Sharda, head librarian, in coordinating the program with our English department. I would also like to extend a warm thanks towards Shakti Pathak, my colleague, who supported us through and through in making this webinar a success. Our success story speaks of more than 250 participants who registered for today's session, and many more are attending it through the YouTube. Students are once again requested to fill up their feedback forms and generate their certificates by doing so. Thank you everyone for being patient listeners and active participants in this literary research fest. I once again express my gratitude on behalf of PGGCG 42. Thank you all. Preeti, your voice is not audible.
Thank you, everyone.